leg up towards the ceiling. We're just going to grab our thigh or our calf and pull our leg with a nice straight foot forward towards our chest. You can give those ankles a few rolls. Nice stretch in the back of the leg. You could rock your leg out towards one side. That feels good for your body. And then back into the other side. Nice. So we'll lower that leg down. Then we're going to grab the other leg. Nice. And then rock into one side if you like. And back up. We're going to lower that leg down and bring both knees in towards our chest. Give a little hug, squeeze, rock side to side. And then we're going to draw some circles with those knees around and round. And then we'll go the opposite way, so reversing. Nice, right. Alright, so we're going to place our hands to the side of hips and bringing those legs into tabletop position. So a nice 90-degree angle on those legs. Knees just above, directly above the hips. Beautiful. Nice and relaxed in the upper body. Then we're going to drop one knee down towards the butt, keeping that 90-degree angle on the leg. We're just going to do our toe tap. So tapping one foot down. If you feel your lower back starting to arch up, just lower your range. Don't go down as far. Nice, so just alternating each leg. And bring it to breathe. To feel that core switch on. So we're not here for much longer. Alright, we're going to bring our feet back into that tabletop position. We're going to bring our feet and our toes and our heels together, and we're going to open our legs out wide, so these are going to create a nice diamond shape. And then we're going to close it back in. And open. Nice. It's not much of a movement, but it's very impactful. Each time we go out, you try to get those knees a little wider. Bring to breathe. Nice and relaxed in the upper body. Shouldn't be any tension in your head or neck or shoulders. We've got a few more like this before we add on. Nice work. On your next one, I want you to hold it open, and then I want you to extend your legs out, pointing those toes, coming into a nice deep, beautiful bending, bring those heels back together, then closing that diamond. Beautiful, opening up that diamond, extend those legs out, beautiful, bring it back in, close the diamond. Not here for much longer. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to bring our legs directly up to the ceiling. So our body will be creating a nice L shape. We're going to point our toes, and we're going to hold our hands up onto those shoulder blocks behind us. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to tilt our legs diagonally to one side. So bring them over to one side, beautiful, pause. Bring it back up to center. I want you to inhale again, and on the exhale, rocking over to the side. I want you to make that outside leg a little bit longer. Lengthening out, bring it back to center. Inhale, bring it over. Beautiful, back up to center. And last one, inhale, over the other side, making that leg a little bit longer on the outside. Beautiful. Bring it back to center. And bend those knees down. Bring them in to give them a little hug or a rock if you like. Right, now we're going to grab those loops and straps behind us. In our hands. We're going to bring those arms directly up towards the ceiling. Shoulder height. Legs are going to come into tabletop. So these should be directly over our hips. We're going to inhale and on an exhale, we're going to sweep those arms down to our side, our hips. Beautiful. Inhale and bring it back. We don't want those hands to go past that shoulder height. Nice, long in our wrists. We don't want to be kicking those wrists. We're just sweeping down to our hips. Little pause, and then inhale as those arms go back up. Nice work. Nice work. We've got a few like this that we're going to be adding on our crunch. We've got 3, 2, 1. So on the next one is arms sweep up on the exhale. We're going to bring our arms down to our hips, lifting our head and neck off the bed. Coming up into our crunch to the floor. And then inhale those arms go back down. Little breather if you need. You come back up. Hold that crunch for a second. And then release. You want to add a leg extension now? Okay, when you come into that crunch, one leg goes long, and we're just going to alternate the legs. The leg down to the one. Extend the leg. Oh, the leg, yeah. That's it. That's good. And then alternate each leg. A little breather. Take one. Relax your knee. And come straight back into it. On the next one, I should try and add the double leg extends with both legs long, arms are long, legs are long. Inhale as those arms and legs go back. Exhale as they come down. Nice work. Not much longer. Alright, on the next one, I want your arms to come out wide, creating a nice T shape in the upper body. Slight soft bend in the elbows. On your exhale, I want you to sweep them down towards your hips, and then back out into that T shape. So inhale as those arms go back, exhale as you bring them to your hips.
Legs at tabletop.
Yeah, or you can start to extend if you like, we're going to be moving there. So if you want to come, or you can extend it if you like, we're going to be moving into that anyway. Nice work. On your next one, coming up into that crunch, legs go long, arms go long together. And then you breathe, exhale. So when your legs go long, down together. So out, keep your legs up, bend together, step and extend at the same time. So legs are going now, sorry, here, down, right, up and out, What you're doing is great, it's probably way more hard than what we're going to do everything in fairness. Great job. We're not here for much longer, guys. Then bring to breathe, exhale, then arms sweep down, legs go long. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. You can drop those straps and pop them back on the heads. You can bring your knees in, you can squeeze or rock. Or you can lengthen out nice and long just to stretch that out. We're then going to pop our foot bar up. We're going to leave the same springs on. We're just going down to laying on the bed. We're going to place our tiptoes, our balls of our feet on the foot bar, about hip width apart. Okay, I want you to inhale, and on the exhale, I want you to push the courage out. Into a leg extension, and then bring it back in. Try not to get that shoulder and come back in. Keeping up the momentum. Push it out, breathe in. You want to pick up the pace you can. Using both of those legs. Nice and relaxed in that upper body. Not here for much longer, and we're going to be adding on. Now, on your next extend, I want you to hold, bringing one leg into tabletop. Beautiful. We're going to keep that leg there. We're going to do a single leg press. So bending that knee and pushing it away. Beautiful. Moving that knee, track it over our hip. Nice work. When you bring that courage in next time, I want you to come in with a 3 count. So nice controlled steady movement. 3, 2, 1, and then on the push out, I want you to do it in 1 count. So pushing out quickly, 3, nice and slow to bring it back on. Push it out quick, and 1, 2, 3 counts to bring it back in, nice, slow. Beautiful. Little pause as you go out, and nice and slow to return. Nice and quick to push back out. Now, as you return back in, I want your other leg that's in tabletop to go over the bar. Lengthening over the bar, you bring it back in, and then when you push back out, then come back to that tabletop. Beautiful. Inhale as you breathe in, and exhale as you push away. You can go at your own pace, like to do it nice and fast, or nice and easy, slow and controlled, it's up to you. Nice work. Now on your next one, as it shoots over that bar, instead of coming back to tabletop, I want you to sweep it up, lifting your toes up towards the ceiling, and then lowering it back down to bring that courage back in. So it comes over that bar again as you bring it in, and it sweeps up, creating a nice L shape with those legs as we come along. Yeah, that's it. And when you push up, that's real great. Get some kind of bar. And then as you push this leg out, this is a shoot. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so hovering over the bar, you bring your leg in. And then as you push up, sweep up to the leg, create a L shape. Yeah. Here, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthening out in that leg, and then we're going to land that other foot on the foot bar. And then we're going to press back out, bring the other leg into tabletop position, and then just doing a single leg press here. Pushing few more like this, and then we're going to be adding that leg sweep to the ceiling, lifting those toes up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So as you push out, that leg goes up to that ceiling, bring that L shape with the legs. Swing it back down as that bottom, and bend that leg to breathe in. Beautiful. Last little bit of work on these legs. Keep it going. Pushing out and then you drop underneath that bar. Pushing out. Like so. Nice stretch the back of the legs. Working those ankles, building stability. A few more like this, and then we're going to be coming into those prances. Alright, start to bend 1 minute at a time, into those prances. Onto the legs. Pick up the pace if you like. A little faster. Cruise and off that bar. Beautiful. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. You can bring the carriage all the way back in. Ready to come up, we're going to be placing one green and one yellow spring on. We're going to come into a kneeling position, facing the mirrors. So our feet are going to be shuffling between the shoulder blocks. And these relatively through down halfway up the bed. We're going to grab those straps from behind with both hands. We're going to tuck those elbows to our waist, bringing our forearms in front of us with our palms facing up to the ceiling. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to lift those elbows up to shoulder height as those palms come forward. And then bend the elbows, drawing straight back into that waist. Beautiful. We only want those hands to come to that shoulder height. Bending. Feel like you're pushing that elbow up to come to shoulder height, bend and just draw back. Leave those palms facing up. Beautiful. Shoulders and back and down. We're nice and light in that neck and that jaw. Continue to breathe. Exhale as you push those arms out. Nice work. On your next one, you climb into a tall kneel. So those arms cut out, we're coming up into a kneel. Beautiful. Calming back down. And you really like those arms come forward. Squeeze those glutes at the top and feel that core engaged. Beautiful. On your next leg, as you come up to that high knee, arms out long, we're going to come out wide, giving a soft bend in those elbows, and then sweep it up to center, and then come back down. Elbows come into legs, and back up. So a little breathing if you need. Out wide, sweep it back into center, calming down. Inhale, and stretch out. She's not going to crash. Sorry. No, you're right. here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that knee, hold those legs back on. Those shoulders are circle the arm. We're going to take that yellow spring off and just leave the one golden spring. We're going to come into a side plank. So we're going to be kneeling on our carriage with our hand on the foot bar. You're coming to your side. So we'll face this side to begin with. So we're going to side plank. So we look something like this. My hands on the foot bar. Okay. We're going to be like this. Very nice triangle in between. Most of the weight's going to be distributed on that knee, the inner knee. We want to be really nice and light in the shoulder. We want to be dumping into our body. We want to lift that waist up. That's going to be doing the work. Once you find your position. Yes, your legs can go out the back. And come up to your knees. Yep. Yeah, like that. Maybe shift them up. Yeah. So now you're putting that nice in. But what we're doing is we're going to be bringing those knees in and scooping that waist. So bring the carriage back in. Yep, bring it in. And we're going to be feeling like we're pulling that waist in. So we're into our plank. And as we bring it in, we're scooping it in. Keeping that arm nice and long. Bring your knee back in. Push that slightly. Push, yeah. Now you're in that nice plank. So your shoulder should relatively stay close to the shoulder slightly. When you're scooping in a little bit, scooping at the waist. And then push that out. You feel like you're more to it, holding that. Scooping that waist in. We want a nice long alignment from our head down to our knees. Beautiful. Just scooping that waist to draw those knees back in. Coming back out into that plank. Beautiful. On your next one, can you add a knee lift? So we're into this plank, we're going to hold, we're just going to lift that knee, bring it back, then scoop it back. Good. Now room to breathe. So if you need to take a breather, you're more than welcome and come back into it when you need. Alright, on your next one, as that knee lifts, can you extend that leg out?
Highly unlikely, but
You'll be surprised. Most of our weight's on that thing, and your waist is popping you up, and your shoulders there for balance. Yeah. So lift the knee out. Yeah, and just extend nice and slow, holding that point, bring it back in, bend the knee, draw the knee back in, then come up, scoop, scoop. Have a little breathe if you need before you come back. Yeah, hold that plank. Yeah. Knee, extend. Look, you're doing it. Beautiful. Remember to breathe. Take a breather if you need. Nice work. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring back in. You can come down to the knee. Both come into a child pose. Stretching out. Lengthening as long as you can out through those arms and just letting your body sink down. We're going to come back up into that plank position. We forgot to do a little lateral stretch. We're going to come back facing this way into that kneel. And just like how we did where we had that, most of the weight distributed in the inner knee, we're going to come into that plank, but we're going to distribute a lot of weight through that outer leg. And then we're going to reach up and over, lengthening out the hip and the ribs. So bring it in. Back and bring that top. Yeah, and then put the weight into that outer knee and then scoop over. You feel a nice long lateral stretch. And then twisting our chest towards the springs, grabbing that foot bar, and then coming in low. So you can come down, bending the hips into like a child's pose like that. Beautiful. Nice stretch. Then coming up, we're going to come into the other side. Same thing. We'll set your final position. We should be about in the middle of the carriage and on the relative at the same height. Creating that nice long alignment from your knees through to your arm. When you're ready, coming into that plank, using that as you really want you to feel that inner oblique scooping those knees back in. So your shoulders should be pulling you back in. You place. Nice work. Making sure your arch